Hello, I'm Ed Leek. This is part two, well, the second video in me commenting my thoughts and feedback on Google Marketing Live 2019. So I'll keep the intro really quick. If you want to know what this is about, check out the first video, the welcome to Google Marketing 2019. So without further ado, let's play this video and see what we've got in store in the ad innovations section.
Into the latest innovations behind our ads. So please welcome our Senior Vice President of Google Ads, Prabhakar Raghavan. Prabhakar, thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to Google Marketing Live. It's a beautiful morning here in San Francisco. This is my first time speaking at this event, and I'm so excited to be here. So thank you all for joining.
I feel nervous for him. Just to let you know, I've got it on 1.2 times speed, so it's a little bit quicker because I didn't realise he's over an hour on this one. So I'm still gonna chop it up, but I've just got it sped up. So this poor chap doesn't sound quite like that, but it just helps us get through it.
From the very beginning, Google's focus has been on building products that deliver everyday helpfulness. And speaking of the beginning, it's been over 20 years since I first met Google founders, Larry and Sergey at Stanford. We were all doing research on search algorithms. So they started Google, and they suggested I join their nascent company. I said, no, you guys will never make any money. I'll never forget their response. We're going to create the best search engine in the world and reinvent AI. If we succeed, everything else will follow. I shook my head in disbelief. And it was years before I saw the light and joined Google. I came to realize that sometimes the best opportunities lie in building novel solutions to old problems, especially when those solutions address everyday needs. Inside Google, we call this the toothbrush test. Is it something you'll use once or twice every day? Does it make your life better? That's the question our founder Larry asked for every product we built. Across search, play,
essentially what he's admitting to there is building habits, a habit-forming product, which Google is, and lots of other Google. I mean, some of them are super. I mean, Google Maps, mega useful, but yeah, interesting. But that's all it is. It's a habit-forming product, like social media. Got to be on your phone all the time.
Apps and more. We focus on products that deliver such everyday helpfulness. We did the same thing when I was leading Google Apps before I moved to advertising 7 months ago. One of my favorite examples is Gmail, which has more than 1.5 billion monthly active users. You see, Gmail solved an old problem in a novel way, with threaded messages and the ability to search, as opposed to using folders to find things. But there's always more we can do. When we're corresponding by email, we spend a lot of time every day writing mundane responses like, that's a great idea, thank you, approved. Right? That's busy work, which leaves less time for you to focus on what truly matters for you. So we created Smart Reply. What's Smart Reply? Gmail analyzes your incoming email and suggests 3 responses. If you like one of them, simply tap and send. Today, more than 10% of Gmail users that reply to email each week use Smart Reply, machine-generated but human-approved.
How lazy are we getting that we can't even type, yeah, thanks, in a reply? Now, one thing that is quite interesting about this, I don't think he's explained it there, how good it is. It actually, Google is analyzing the emails that are coming to you, and it looks at the language and the syntax and literally phonetically how someone has written their email, and it will actually reply in a similar formatting. It does this on the text as well on the Android devices. So if someone, calls you in the UK mate, as in friend, mate is a thing, right, mate? I don't use that term because I'm a snob, and I'm honest. But I had a text that said, thanks, mate, and my response from the automated response was thanks, mate, or no problem, mate, or something else, mate, and I wouldn't use that language. But Google, it's essentially making you a bit of a chameleon. It's clever, but my God, it's lazy. Can't even reply 2 words to a text.
In fact, our own development team has been caught sending smart replies to smart replies to smart replies. Yeah, that's a thing, yeah.
Oh, those bloody nerds, they're hilarious.
But there's something magical about the way innovations like Smart Reply can change the way people work. Today, Google delivers this everyday helpfulness across 8 properties with more than 1 billion monthly active users each. And we extend this thinking to ads
Data and privacy.
as well.
I'm a Gmail user, by the way, so I'm in it. I'm in the pot.
We believe ads should be helpful. Even back in 2000, the very first ads that appeared in Google search results connected people with the things they were looking for based on the keywords they typed. And Google Ads, or AdWords at that time, made it easy for anyone, including marketers, even those who had little or no online advertising experience, to find customers on search.
Cheap old days.
Now, today, those ad experiences look and feel different. They're more engaging, they're seamless, and most importantly, they're relevant and more personal. Let's have a show of hands. How many of you have spent time researching hotels in the past 3 months? Looks like
I don't have a holiday.
quite a few of you. It's a tricky business. How many stars? How far away is it? How much? Am I getting the best deal? When you look for hotels in Google Search or Maps, you now see way more information, like photos and reviews from across the web, all within a seamless and immersive experience. Hotels and travel agents can promote their room rates, availability, loyalty perks, all within the same experience using a hotel ad. This makes planning and booking simple and easy for our users. Google understands people's intent better than ever before, enabling businesses to anticipate intent and create ad experiences that surprise and delight customers.
Yeah, but what he's not saying there is essentially Google's the aggregator, so it's stopping people leaving Google. You know, they're on Google, and they can literally, and I think it's coming up. You will be able to buy on Google. You'll be able to do everything on Google. This is threatening bigger brands in particular. You know, your bookings.com, your hotels.com, that sort of thing, particularly in this space, because the user doesn't go to their website, so they don't have the same brand strength that they used to have, because Google is now the brand that's doing it. Even if they're they're behind the scenes and they're still making money, Google's intercepting that. It's quite alarming. It's powerful, but it's also alarming. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not. It's more power to Google. I'm sure that some of the monopoly commissions will be all over it, quite frankly.
But we have so much more to do. Consumers
That's scary.
are constantly redefining their expectations. When they turn to their devices throughout the day, they expect to move seamlessly across the web and apps in a way that's personalized yet respectful of their privacy. They expect brands to understand their needs as they change throughout the purchase journey. And they expect to engage with more rich, immersive content like images and video. We know consumers are no longer following a linear path from awareness to purchase. Even within the same category, journeys can take many different shapes. To show you what I mean, let's turn to our research and insights team. They analyzed touch points within customer journeys, consumer journeys, for thousands of individuals who opted into a panel. I want you to meet Rose and Luke, both of whom went on a recent journey to find new video games to play. Their touch points included searches, video views, page views. Rose, who's from Maryland, had more than 80 touch points over 68 days before finally renting Shadow of the Colossus. Over in Michigan, Luke had more than 550 touch points over 28 days before finally buying Metal Slug Anthology. When we look at these journeys side by side, we see a lot of similarities, but we see even more differences. Both Rose and Luke move seamlessly across search, websites, and YouTube, their curiosity shaping their next touch point. However, the frequency of these touch points, the number of brands they engaged with, and the time it took to make their decision is fascinating, to say the least. Throughout their journeys,
It's fascinating to Google because they've got all the bloody data, and I'd wish they'd share a bit more of it, but they can't for privacy reasons, even though they've already got it. It's this whole privacy loop is ridiculous. And also, if you're watching this and thinking, oh, this is on about games, unfortunately, this is now happening for pretty much, well, most industries, unless it's small purchases, which are pretty instant. But yeah, I mean, the mobile phones are partly to blame, and just this always connected technology now. The buying journey is ridiculous.
these two gamers narrowed and broadened their consideration set in unique ways. Yet, Rose and Luke aren't alone. These types of journeys are now the norm, regardless of your product or category.
Wait a minute, I think I just saw in the audience. Yeah, can you see down here on the left, there's a laptop screen open.
Narrowed and broadened their consideration set in unique ways.
Where did it go?
Yet, Rose and
There.
Luke aren't alone.
Yeah, they're actually watching one of my videos.
These types of journeys are now the norm, regardless of your product or category. And that raises some interesting challenges for marketers. In a world where the consumer journey is ever-changing, how can we be responsible and retain their trust throughout their journey? How can we be there if we don't know where they are in the journey? And how can we be useful if we don't know what they're looking for? Google's in a unique position to answer these questions. Let's start with being responsible. The greatest businesses in the world are founded on user trust. That's your objective, and ours too.
Here we go, privacy.
We always want to do more for consumers. And with so many touch points in their journey, there can be an abundance of information available for ads personalization. But it's our responsibility to use as little of that data as possible to meet their expectations for relevance. Our experience shows that people prefer ads that are personalized to their needs and interests, but only if those ads offer transparency, choice, and control. That means users should be able to easily understand how data is being used for ads, including what data is being collected and who's collecting it. It means that choices about ads personalization should be respected, and any attempts to bypass those choices should be prevented. For example, device fingerprinting to collect data for advertising does not allow reasonable user control and transparency, and so Google's ad systems do not use it. Nor do we let others bring fingerprinting data into our advertising products. Finally, it means users should have control over personal data, including who has access to it, how long it's stored, and how it's used. The Google account pages and account settings on your device make all of this easy. In fact, last year alone, people visited the Google account pages more than 2.5 billion times, where they can view, adjust, or opt out of ads personalization altogether. And we respect those preferences throughout their journeys. It's this user-first approach that allows Google to earn and maintain trust with users around the world. The ad innovations my team...
To be honest with you, if they were all about trust and transparency, the very first time you go to Google, it should be the very first thing that you do. Opt in or opt out or change. You know, before you can even hit search. Why? I mean, I run an advertising agency. I've got an ad product in Ad Booster. I'm building AdEvolver for, you know, it's all focused around Google Ads. And you might be thinking, well, why the hell are you saying that, Ed? Because I don't want my clients and I don't want, you know, your budget and their budget going to people who don't want ads, because that's a waste of time and money. So let people opt themselves out. Let people use ad blockers. Quite frankly, it gets rid of the chaff. You want the people that are going to do business with you.
I will share with you today all carry this design principle at the heart. We'll show you how our products respect users' privacy while meeting their expectations for relevance. We'll also show you how you can use Google's understanding of consumer intent to reach people at the right moments in their journey. And lastly, we'll show you how you can combine creative with technology to deliver ad experiences that are useful and absolutely engaging. So let's get started. Whether it's finding a new video game or booking the best hotel, people turn to Google when they want to learn or find new things. They browse YouTube's home feed for relevant, curated videos. They glance at the promotions and social tabs in Gmail for new or timely offers. Or in Google.com, they swipe through the feed and discover to catch up on the latest trends and news.
Imagine how stupid we'd be without Google. Just imagine that.
Now, as we saw with Rose and Luke, these moments are opportunities for you to connect with your customers early in their journey. We found that more than 3 out of 4 consumers enjoy making unexpected discoveries while shopping. But in order to get them to take action, you have to anticipate what they want or need. In fact, 85% of consumers will take a product-related action within 24 hours of discovering a product that meets their needs. These actions could include reading reviews, comparing prices, or even purchasing the product outright. Google enables you to do all of this using a unique understanding of intent. So we pull this all together. Today, we're super excited to announce Discovery Ads. This is a new way to reach people across Google properties in the moments they're most open to
Let me guess. Goodbye organic. Hello massive stuff on mobile.
discovering your products and services, all packaged into a single, easy-to-use campaign type. Here's what you get out of the box. First, unmatched reach. The YouTube home feed, Gmail promotions tab, and the feed and discover reach hundreds of millions of people in the moments when they're most open to finding something new. Second, rich and relevant creatives. Discovery ads provide an open canvas for you to inspire and engage consumers. You can showcase your brand or your products in a swipeable image carousel and include additional information to drive action. Simply provide a diverse set of high-quality creative assets, and Google's machine learning magic will do the rest. We'll deliver the best ad rendered natively across each Google property to help you get discovered. And finally, results. By combining this incredible reach and creative canvas with Google's understanding of intent, you can be confident you're anticipating what your customers want and delivering the results you care about. Discovery ads are already shaping and shifting the way brands think about the customer journey and what it means to their business. To share an example, please join me in welcoming Textile to the stage. Let's roll the video, please.
Just before we watch this, Facebook's been doing similar stuff to this for quite some time now. So I kind of expected Google to do something similar. It'd be interesting to see if it's like a catalogue. It's very product focused. I've got those shoes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Laura Joukowsky, Chief Media Officer of Textile, onto the stage. Welcome, Laura.
Thanks for having me.
So good to have you here. Laura, your team was one of the earliest beta users for Discovery ads, so thank you for your partnership. Now, Textile serves more than 5 million members, a base that's rapidly growing. What makes you so different from all the other fashion brands out there?
Textile believes in creating affordable, fashion-forward products that are accessible for everyone. We like to layer on top of that philosophy an emphasis on personalization through data and technology. And I'm happy to say it's working really well across our portfolio of brands, which is why we're constantly looking for new opportunities to scale. I urged my team, when I heard about this new opportunity, to get in on the early action.
That's great to hear. But what really was this opportunity that you and your team saw?
It probably comes as no surprise, but feed-based advertising is on the rise. Here's a surface where people are declaring an openness to discovering new things. Whether that's world news or new shoes, they're saying, show me something new. To date, Google has never really offered anything like this, which is why Discovery Ads is so compelling. But the magic sits where Google has always excelled, and that's search. When you can understand what she's looking for and show her a personalized ad in the moment when she's open to discovering something new, that's a win-win.
That's an interesting insight. I know it's still early days, but how have you defined success? And what advice would you give other brands?
I would say at Textile, growth is unlocked through performance.
Oof. I know I'm wooden, but this is hard work, isn't it? I mean, I'm dry, but bloody Nora, this is really scripted.
You get more budget when you deliver results. I'm happy to say Discovery Ads is one of our fastest growing new media channels, which is exciting. In fact, we've seen about 25% lower cost per lead on average compared to similar channels. That includes search and even social. In terms of advice for all of you out there, I would say creative matters a lot. We were very excited to see we took some of the...
Yeah, you're going to hear this a lot. Creative matters a lot. And this is Google's bias to... This is the subliminal messaging to suggest to you that you're, as an advertiser or a business owner that's doing ads and whatever, marketer, so on, be creative, because that's the human element, and Google's going to take everything else off you and perhaps make people like me irrelevant. I'll have to have a word with my mother because she won't be best pleased. But the creative bias is definitely in a lot of the language over the recent times, and I suspect it's going to be in these presentations.
Feed ads we'd seen work on other properties and saw pretty instant success. We're happy also that your team has helped us reach new audiences and really dig into that data and try to understand what's moving her on Google, so that we can dig in and improve the performance together through optimization. If we know what messages speak to her, we can give her what she wants, and that's when we win. So we're excited about Discovery and thrilled to be along for the ride. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience, Laura. And I look forward to catching up again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Discovery ads are the perfect example of a product built to solve the challenges you all face every day. Meeting consumer expectations for personalization and relevance at scale. This new ad format will begin rolling out to all advertisers globally later this year. And that's not all. You're doing a lot more so that you can be there, be useful, and be responsible. You'll see here and hear more about each of these priorities today. In a moment, Sissy, Anthony, and Nikki will unveil a set of tools to help you reach customers no matter where they are in the journey. Oliver will then introduce new experiences that make it faster and easier for consumers to find what they need. And finally, Chetna will share new ways for you to drive growth while building consumer trust. Thank you, and please join me in welcoming my colleague Sissy Shah to the stage. Thank you.
Cheers. Yeah, so this is preamble, isn't it? So we're 20 minutes. Apologies. It's not that interesting. These next 3 or 4 videos are going to actually show the tools, the features, and the functionality. We only got a glimpse there of what it's going to do. So I'm going to cut once more and, yeah, go on to the next video. So thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one, part 3 of God knows how many. I'll be running out of hours and daylight at this rate, but yeah. Oh, and remember, please, if you enjoyed the video, do hit the like button, because it does help. I don't know who this is going to help. And subscribe if you want more. Brilliant. See you in the next one. Cheers.